Yeah, hi guys. Good morning or good evening as per your time zone. సో ఈ రోజు క్లాస్లో మనం ఏం డిస్కస్ చేద్దామంటే యూజర్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ యూజర్ యాక్సెస్ పాలసీస్ గురించి డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. యూజర్ యాక్సెస్ పాలసీస్. ఓకే, సో ఎందుకు ఈ యూజర్ యాక్సెస్ పాలసీస్, వై వీ నీడ్ దిస్? ఓకే, సో ఇన్ నార్మల్ వే, in regular way, I mean to say, okay, so whenever we create a new user or if you update any existing user, okay, update means any field update. Okay, so we want to assign some automatically. For example, if I update my existing user with CFO role, okay, so I would like to automatically make him part of certain queue, or else I would like to automatically add him, that user, to a public group, one or two public groups. So, or I also want to assign him a certain permission sets or permission sets groups. Okay, so as of now we will be doing manually. For example, if I create a new user with maybe sales rep or CEO role or any role, for example, or if I create a user with a department called IT department. Okay, so I would like to automatically assign him to be part of certain public groups. Okay, so that's my requirement. Okay, so without user access policies, so me as a Salesforce administrator need to manually assign those permissions. Okay, or else I need to do with the data loading activities for the permission set assignment. Okay, so to avoid this manual activity, okay, so if we have one or two users, we can manually do it. Okay, so if you don't want to, if you want to save our administrator time, okay, Salesforce administrator time, we can actually automate this process. Okay, so that whenever a user creates or gets updated, we will automatically assign the permission sets. Okay, or public groups or queues, whatever it may be. So it's basically I can say system given trigger policies. Okay, triggers on user object. Okay, so user object. Okay, so we can do like whenever user is created. Okay, so they are the like triggering point or entry criteria. Okay, created or updated. So we can also give the filter conditions also. Okay, so filter conditions. Okay, if it satisfies certain ABCD conditions, then automatically. Okay, so assign him. Okay, assign him. Okay, maybe ABCD permission set. Okay, permission set, or make him part of a public group or queue. Clear? So this is we can do. Okay, without writing a trigger. So without writing any trigger, so it's like a system given. Salesforce platform itself is giving a inbuilt trigger mechanism for us to automatically assign. Not only assign. Okay, we can also revoke the permission. Okay, we can also revoke the existing assignment. Okay, revoke. So that is a use of user access policies. So it's basically free up our time rather than manually assigning the permission sets or okay. So this queue membership or public group membership or queue membership, we can automate this process. So by default, for example, I'm in my Salesforce app. Okay, so by default, if you go to the setup and if you type user access policies, okay, so you will not find the user access policies. Okay, in order you to be able to see that user access policies, you need to go to the user management settings first, double click on it. Okay, and scroll to the bottom. Okay, so there will be an option here. For example, there will be two options. You need to enable that. 1 minute. So it is there. Okay, this one, user access policies, enhanced interface for user access policies. So you need to enable this. Okay, then only it will be visible. Okay, so if you enable the first one, the second one will be automatically enabled. For example, if you enable this one, so this one I didn't enable, it will get automatically enabled. So now if you come here and if you type user access policies, okay, now you will see it. Okay, so this is where you can define the criteria, like whenever the user is created or updated. Okay, or else only when created. Okay, so this is the user access policies, user interface. Okay, now for example, if I take my user. Okay, so if I take my user, so let me see what is my user current role. Okay, so my requirement is whenever a user is updated, in our case, okay, in my case, see, we can also do it on a user creation also. Okay, So whenever I update any user and I update the role too, okay, for example, maybe whenever I create a user or update a user with a role called VP marketing, okay, so then I would like to automatically assign him to a public group called marketing team, okay. So now what I will do, I will create a public group called marketing team. So then I will automatically assign this user whenever a role is updated, or else whenever a user is created with the new user is created with the role called marketing, I mean marketing VP. Now let me create one public group, okay. Create a public group called marketing team, okay. Now you just save it. So don't go ahead and manually assign this marketing team, I mean don't go ahead and assign my user to this to this public group, okay. So we will automate using the user access policies, we will automatically assign my user. So whenever I update the role from CEO to VP marketing, so public, this user should be automatically assigned to this public group. Clear? So that's the requirement. Now come here and create one access policy so that whenever I update any user, so it will automatically assign. And now click on the user access policies. Okay. Hope I'm recording. Okay. Now, so auto assign marketing group. Okay. Public. Okay. Now see, this order is very important. So you need to give, you can give the value from 1 to 10,000. So as sorry, 0 to 10,000. Okay. So for example, here I will give 1. So what is the purpose of order? Okay. So see, we can create n number of user access policies. Okay, n number of user access policies. Okay. So I don't see any maximum limit in the documentation. Okay. I think we can create n number of. Okay. Now, whenever in the case when whenever I have multiple access policies. So if my user creation, whenever I create a new user or when I create, whenever I update the existing user. So if that user update or creation falls into criteria of multiple user access policies. For example, if I write criteria, okay. So whenever user is created with a department equals to IT. So if I am having that criteria in multiple user access policies, okay. Okay, so then to which user policy need to be assigned automatically. So that's the conflict, right? So if we have multiple conflicting conditions, okay. So if you have multiple user access policies, okay, with the same conditions, okay. So which user access policy needs to be applied automatically? So that's where this order comes into picture. So it will take the lowest number order, so okay, and it will automatically assign. Okay, so if you have another user access policy with the same criteria that I'm going to define, so it will take the lowest order number access policy. Clear? Now come here and you need to define the criteria here. Okay, for example, so here I will define. Okay, so whenever, okay, so a user, okay, with the role equals to VP marketing, right? So select your role, okay, select your role as VP marketing. So you can actually assign the additional filters on that user. For example, I have only one what I call resource. Okay. So now one condition. Okay. So in that time, what I will do. So if you want to have any additional conditions, you can actually apply. So for example, is active. Okay. So equal signal is true. Okay. Whenever if you are actually updating a user, okay, who is not actually inactive user. So okay, basically. Now also if you want to apply the multiple conditions, for example, whose department, okay, so equals to ignore case, okay, so IT department, okay. So if any user, whenever I create an update, so if this update or create satisfies these two criteria, then automatically assign him so basically here is the action, okay. So we can actually revoke the existing assignments by using the revoke permission, okay. Or else you can assign the new access, okay. For example, permission sets. I would like to assign not permission set. See, we can assign any of these things, permission sets, okay. So as per our requirement. So as of now, I would like to assign the public group. Okay, so select the group here. So you can also assign the queue also. Okay, I think you can see the queue. Sorry, that is the queue. So queue is also one of the group actually. Okay, now we'll focus on only group. Okay, now you select the marketing. Okay, marketing team. Now you save it. What I will do for my user, I will update my user department as ITD, so that condition will get applied. ITD. Okay. Now save this one. What I will do, I need to define, see, it will automatically will not apply. So I need to define the automate policy also. Okay. So see here we can do manual policy. I mean manually you can apply the policy, or else you do, if you don't want to manually apply this public group, so you need to define the policy. So it's like a setting up of the trigger. Okay. So now click on the automate policy. So I'm selecting it here. So it's like a trigger context. Okay. So whenever the user is created or updated. So now this access policy will gets applied. So whenever a new user record is created or updated, so in both conditions it will check for this condition. Okay. Now I will go and check for the update scenario. Now you come here and update the role to VP marketing. Okay. Now you save it. Also just focus on, so we have the department this one, and act user is actually, I mean is actually true, and role is VP marketing. Save it. Now just observe whether the public group membership is assigned or not. Okay. Now you see marketing team is actually assigned without manual assignment. So this is the purpose of user access policies. So we can assign, see, we can assign multiple things also. For example, if you want to modify existing user access policy, you cannot do it when it is active. So first you need to deactivate, then you need to modify it. Okay. So now I can deactivate. So along with this, not only single public group, guys, so we can assign multiple things. In one access policy, I can do the multiple things. For example, you can also have the recent user access changes. Okay. So automatically, so whenever I updated my user at this so and so time, automatically, so we applied one this access policy. Okay. Now you can have, where is that? Edit details, not edit criteria. Okay, here you have. So if along with the public group, if you also want to assign the permission set, okay, so you can actually assign the permission set. Okay, so you need to select the permission set here, name. Okay, if you have anything. Okay, so now if you save it, it will automatically assign the permission set. Also, it will automatically make him part of the marketing to public group. So you can actually have a number of actions. Clear? So that's a brief introduction about user access policies. So it's like a great what you call hack for any Salesforce administrator basically. So it is not much useful tool for developers, but it's very much useful for the administrators, in my opinion. Okay. So please practice this one. Okay, with any one or other scenario. And if you have any queries, please mail me. So or else just add your comment on the YouTube channel. I will reach out to you. Okay. Thanks for your time.